Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend. So today I just wanted to react to a video with RFK Jr. where he's talking about gun control. I know a lot of people are concerned about his position on gun control, considering he is more of a left-leaning candidate. But I do just want to kind of let him kind of set the record straight on that, and then we'll discuss it a little bit after. So let's take a look at this video here.
What will you do to confine semi-automatic weapons to use only by military and law enforcement?
I am not going to take people's guns away. Anybody who tells you that we can end the violence to our children that's going on now by removing people's guns is not being truthful with you. I have spent a lot of my life in rural communities in this country, and there is a gun culture in those communities that is closely tied to people's identities. A large group of Americans see it as almost an existential threat when people say to them that we're going to take your guns away. And it hasn't worked. It has polarized our country more, and it's made people dig in more. And I'm trying to end the polarization. So there's a lot of people in this country that say our entire Constitution is under attack. We've seen for the first time the government participating in censoring people's speech. We've seen the CIA and the FBI now had during at least the last two administrations, had portals at Twitter where they can identify people who are speaking against government policies and silence them. And so we had these assaults on freedom of speech. We had every business, 3.3 million businesses in this country, closed down in violation of the Fifth Amendment right to due process and just compensation. None of them were given due process or just compensation. Going after people's guns at this point in history, to me, is just going to cause more polarization and make it so that we can't listen to each other anymore because we get put into these kind of tribal silos, which we have to somehow figure out a way to get past. My policy is going to be to figure out ways to protect these children. We cannot have any more school shootings, even if that means protecting schools the same way that we protect airlines. You don't get shootings on airlines anymore. If we have to do that, we have to protect our children. If you like this video.
So that's very interesting. Now, the first thing I want to address is at the very beginning of the video, he said, taking away guns doesn't stop school shootings. He's also talked about this before, and he mentioned Switzerland as an example, where they actually have the same amount of guns per capita as the United States. They have not had a school shooting in over 20 years. So if guns were the problem, Switzerland would have school shootings as well, and they don't. So how come they have guns, the United States have guns, and there's a huge problem with school shootings in only one of those countries? It's mental health. And whether you make guns legal or take them away, that's just going to create a black market for guns, and then you're going to have criminal empires that start to get even more rich, and they're just going to sell guns to people who are willing to break the law. Because if you're willing to shoot up a school, you're willing to break the law. Taking away people's guns does not help. The last part of the video is also very interesting, where he talked about how, if we have to protect schools the way we protect airlines, then we will. Now, that would cost a lot of money. But let's be honest, guys. If you had to answer, if you had like a two-choice question, where it's okay, we're going to send billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, to fund wars in other countries, or we're going to take that money and make our schools safe, which would you choose? I think most people, including myself, would choose the option where we're keeping our children safe, not funding other wars so that the military and industrial complex gets more and more and more wealthy. I think that when someone like RFK Jr. comes out and talks about gun control and he says very logical things, it's very important because a lot of people, like I said earlier, assume that because he's on the left, he wants to come after the guns. But he's not on the left, he's just logical. Unfortunately, most people on both sides, the right or the left, aren't very logical. He is the logical option. Now, again, I do want to hear your thoughts, and if he said anything that was concerning to you, something that you didn't like or disagree with, or something you have to question him on, definitely let me know in the comment section. Again, I always like when you guys comment and participate, because I enjoy responding and reading your comments as well. And I'll be back shortly with another video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great